Opare Addo. He's here with us. Judge, can you tell us how you heard this news?
A friend called me around 11:30ish to say, where am I? And I said, I was heading to the Jubilee House, or I call it the Flagstaff House. He said, have I heard? And I said, what? And he said, Omani, be true. I was like, what is true? Then he said, there is a helicopter crash. And I said, no, I knew they left this morning because I was supposed to have gone yesterday, but I didn't go. So, and I said, but I've not heard anything. So I quickly started making phone calls. So I called my regional organizer for Ashanti region and asked where he was. Said he's heading to the site. Then I knew something was not right. And so later on, we got a confirmation of what has happened. And it's a difficult time. It's difficult putting yourself together because it could have been any of us on that aircraft. And it's just unfortunate that this has happened. For me, I have worked closely with almost all 5 of them. Sapo and I were all appointed in 2009 together when he was made mayor of Ashanti, Kumasi House, made MC for Krapim North, and so we're all MMDCs on the same platform. He became national vice chairman. I was national youth organizer, so he came to join me as national vice chairman. And so for the last 16 or 17 years, Sapo and I have worked. Omani and I brought a party from opposition in 2008. We were at the forefront of that electioneering campaign as a parliamentary candidate then. But because we all came from the same region, we shared a lot in common. 2016, we lost, we all went home. In 2022, he was made part of the national executive, he became director of elections. I was still national youth organizer. A lot of the things I did at the youth front, a lot of the programs we did, Omani had a hand in it. In terms of ideas, funding, do this, let's do that. Omani was ever present. And then we all got appointed at the same time to serve in His Excellency President Mohammed's government as ministers. And he's one of those ministers who has a lot of ideas to share. And he's always willing to work with anybody. Then you talk about Abuaje is like a brother. Even Tuesday night, Abuaje and I had a conversation on how he was lobbying me for a job for some of his constituents. Mutala is a former student leader. Mutala and I, because of his workings within the Youth Employment Agency, ever since I became Minister for Youth Development, I have depended more on his knowledge and his know-how within that space. And so you can understand. Nobody goes to campaign in Savannah or in the north and not come across Alhaji Lamuna, former Minister for Agric. He's one person who is always available to support and render you any services you require of him. And this people, the states have lost. It's a great loss to Ghana, it's a great loss to the National Democratic Congress. These are some of our finest brains that we've lost, and it leaves much to be desired.
Yeah. And I know you interfaced a lot with Dr. Omani Boamah. You're both ministers. And then he's also the director of IT and elections, for the NDC. For those who do not understand the enormity of the situation and the assets that the NDC has lost, can you tell them?
If you are looking for a more diligent person, I call him thinker. That's how I call him. For every situation, Omani has a solution. And his calm demeanor, he doesn't rush in doing anything. He takes his time, he thinks through it, he processes it, and then he comes with solutions. And Omani supports everything progressive. Once it is something that will inure to the greater good, you will see Omani Boamah all over it. I remember when we wanted to roll out a project during the elections called the Alpha Project. And when I brought it to FEC, and I had briefed him previously, his only comment at FEC was that this is not an Opare Addo project. This is what will take NDC to the Flagstaff House. So we should all get on board. Even though the national chairman, the general secretary, rallied around it, Omani was one of the key people who fully supported to see to it that it became that program that we wanted to run with into the elections. Omani is an amazing gentleman. He's an extraordinary gentleman. And his kind is rare. Same can be said about Mutala. Frank, straightforward. He says it as it is. And if you are looking for one who is one you can trust and depend on, is Mutala. All these men are gone and fallen. It's just unfortunate. Ghana have lost such assets. Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us. So we just heard George Opare Addo speaking to us, Minister George Opare Addo, sharing fond memories. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, he interfered. We worked together. Ministers, they worked as executives. He worked as an executive. He continues to work as an executive for the NDC. And Dr. Maniboama, also Director of Elections in IT for the NDC. He says